All right, just got to the beach. You're not gonna hear much of me out there because it is windy as heck outside. We're gonna go try to get some long exposures with some of these waves coming in over these rocks. See if we can get some cool images and how they turn out. You never know how it's gonna turn out. Just go out there and try and see what happens, and maybe we get some cool things. Maybe we don't. It's all part of the fun. Today we're using the new Peter McKinnon ND, variable ND with Polarizer. Just got them, gonna go try them out, see what happens.
Life goes on, and I'm not done. When everything goes up in smoke, I loved you with the very heart you broke. There's combat in your voice when you are whispering in my ear. I hear you loud and clear, so filled with fear. The shoulda dones, the coulda beens, the woulda seen it coming. People, all of them are blind. Love's still hard to find. I'm singing, ooh la 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 la. Life goes on, and I'm not done. When everything goes up in smoke, I love you with the very heart you. Ooh la 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 la. Life goes on, yeah, I'm not done. Smoke, love you with the very heart you broke.
All right, we got a break in the weather. It was super rainy, super windy. It's still a little windy. My back is to the wind, so hopefully this is okay. But I just wanted to have a second just to explain to you what I was doing out there at the beach. What I have on here on this camera right here is a neutral density filter. So what that is essentially two polarized, a linear polarizer and a circular polarizer together, and it creates a variable ND. So what that means is, the best example that everyone always gives is that this is a pair of sunglasses for your camera. Why do I need sunglasses for my camera? So those pictures I was getting out at the beach there, it was during the day. And so in order to get the waves blurred all together and those tides and waves kind of all blurring together, you have to have a slow shutter. And so in order to have a slow shutter, it needs to be darker for that exposure to happen longer on your sensor. If you look through here, this is my neutral density filter. If I turn this, you can see it's getting lighter and darker, all the way closed at 4 stops. You can get up to 6, 10, 12 stops. You can stack them. You can use a variable ND like this one, which changes. Or a lot of landscape photographers who don't shoot videos well just have a straight up ND filter and not a variable one. So lighter, darker, lighter, darker, lighter, darker. So in order to get those wave shots or those slow shutter shots, say that 3 times fast, slow shutter shot, slow shutter shot. Ooh, that's hard. What you want to do is to have your shutter at a second or more, I would say. So what you're gonna have to do is put your ISO all the way down to 100. You're gonna have to put your shutter speed for half a second, 1 second, or longer, depending on the exposure that you want. And you're gonna have that ND filter as dark as you can in order to get that 1 second or longer shutter speed. So, why don't we go try to shoot some more stuff during the daytime with a slow shutter. All right, just got out to a fun waterfall that I want to go check out. Let's try to do a little more slow shutter, and I'll show you a little bit of the settings that I'm going to use over by the waterfall.
Wake up, I'm about to shake up every little thing, show you all that we can be. Come dance in my glow. Fireflies in the yard, everything's a work of art. Already got everything we need to dance in the glow.
So with the ND filter at a 5-stop ND and my aperture at 13, I was able to slow my shutter down to 4 seconds, which is super great because that water on that waterfall was able to flow for a good 4 seconds to give that nice blur of the water. Once I put this in Lightroom, I'll be able to tweak a few things to kind of really make this image pop, get some of those greens to pop, the waterfall. I'll be able to stitch that panorama together and see how that turned out. But super successful. On to the next spot. All right, we're at our last location to try these long exposures. It's obviously the next day. It was windy this morning and now it's like dead calm, but there is a little creek coming out here, so we'll see if we can get some stuff there. There is a little bit of wave action. This place is called Suquash. I come here lots if you've seen some of my videos before. It's one of my favorite places because it has some cool rock structures. Got a great beach over here. This used to be an old coal mine, so there's a bunch of coal equipment over there and some old houses, which are fun to explore. And Suquash is a Kwakala word, which means a place where they skin seals. So that's the name Suquash, that's where that comes from. So let's go look around and see what we can find and see if we can get some shots with our long exposures. One of the things I always fail to mention is that all these photos that I take, most of them anyways, usually end up on my website. I have a little print store, so if any of these photos tickle your fancy, like you want them in your living room or in your office or in your bathroom while you're taking a poop, you need something nice to stare at, my photos are there, available for your pooping pleasure. Forgot my gum boots, but we're gonna get a little wet for the shot, see what happens. Risk it for the biscuit. The weather's a bit of a bust for our long exposure photography, but we're in a cool spot and I did bring the 100 to 500. So there's a rainbow popping off over there. Let's get some shots of just some wildlife and some scenery, and that's how we'll end the video. Here's the shots from the end of the day. Thanks for watching.
Until we drop in the good times don't stop.